What's up, beautiful people? It is your boy Tarek Ali. How you doing? How you feeling? I hope that you're feeling great. I hope you're feeling empowered. And I hope you're ready to talk about some money, because that's what we're doing today. This is another video, a part of the financial series. Yeah, the financial series. This series and this video is sponsored by Visible. So thank you, Visible, for sponsoring this video. But in this series, pretty much, I didn't get taught a lot of financial literacy growing up. And so I had to go out into the world and learn so many things on my own, and in the process of going through adulthood and learning all these different things, I come here on YouTube and in these videos in this series to just teach you what I'm learning and show you all the different things that I'm doing to save money, make money, grow money, maintain money, just everything money. I want us to make a space where we could talk about money and, you know, it doesn't have to be taboo. You know, it's like people don't like to talk about money, and that's what capitalism was built on, right? Don't talk about it so you can't help other people. We will talk about that later, maybe on my podcast, that conversation, streaming everywhere. Please go stream it. You will love it. You will love it. I promise. It's great. This video is about credit cards, okay? So y'all have been asking me to talk about credit cards for so long. I have excellent credit. For those that don't know me and you like, why should I listen to this guy? I have excellent credit. I've had excellent credit for years now. I started building my credit when I was 16. But this video in specific is why I never use my debit card, okay? And why I use my credit card for every single thing. Every single thing. Well, not every single thing, but we're gonna talk about it. I want to give you an idea of why I use my credit card so much and why I don't use my debit card. And maybe in another video, maybe in the future, I can come back here and we can talk about how I started building my credit at 16 and why that was a huge tool in me having excellent credit at such a young age. So yes, let's get right into the video. So before we get started, like I told you guys, this video is all about just me sharing financial literacy and sharing different tips on how you can manage your money better. And that's why Visible does sponsor this video and has sponsored all of the videos in this financial series, because Visible is all about making it easy for their customers. If you're not familiar with Visible, Visible is a phone service that you can get for as low as $25 a month for unlimited call, text, hotspot, everything, right? And it's on Verizon's LTE, Verizon's LTE network, right? So pretty much you're getting that nice Verizon service and you're getting it at a rate for Visible. You don't have to go to the store. You don't have to talk to a clerk all day. You can do it from the convenience of your phone now on an app. You can do everything on the app. And they also have a thing called try before you buy, where you can try their service, right? You can go in there and get everything, try the phone, see if it works out for you, see if this is not, you know, they just trying to get over on me because this is $25. No, you will see that their service is on Verizon's network. It is good service, and you can try it first for free before doing anything else, right? And there's no crazy contracts after that. You don't have to sign a crazy contract. There's just so many good perks to Visible, and I just always suggest Visible, especially to young adults that are finally going into their lives and starting to pay their own phone bills, or for anybody that just wants to have a lower monthly cost for their phone service, but with the good quality. To learn more about Visible, you can go to the link in my description right now and go to the website and try it out yourself. Okay, so credit cards. Here's my wallet. Okay, so this is only one of my wallets. I have so many credit cards, and okay, look, so I have a debit card. I'm not showing the debit. I have one debit card, and then that's it. The rest of my wallet is all credit cards, right? I have one debit card. Well, I have my business debit card. Okay, hold on. I have my business debit card. So that's two debit cards. I'm not showing y'all the number. Y'all slick. Y'all be zooming in and everything. I got two debit cards, right? In this wallet, my main wallet, I have one credit card, 2, 3. We keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, and I got more in the other room. So first, let me start off with why I don't use my debit card, okay? I feel like it's a waste of money. I feel like, yes, I'm spending my money. Like, if I'm gonna leave my house and spend my money, right? I feel like it coming out of my debit, like my checking account, using my debit card, if I spend $5, I just spent $5. And I know that sounds very simple, right? But you get nothing back. It's just like, it literally just chips off the mountain. But the thing is, with credit cards, with every single dollar that you spend, you get something back. Like, you get something in return. Like, you literally Even if it's a piece of candy, you get something. Don't you want something for spending money? Like, I like to spend money and know that I'm being rewarded for it. That may not be safe for some, but I know with my credit cards, some of them, when I spend money, I get treats, you know? Some of them give me gift cards. Some of them give me cash back. Some of them give me points. We're gonna talk about that, but I think that it's a waste of money to spend money on your debit card for everyday purchases because you don't get any of that money back. You don't see any return. Now, before we really get into like the perks and everything and the things that I get back from my credit cards and things like that, I just want to talk about like how people use credit cards and why credit cards were made in the first place, right? So when I was little, the first thing that I learned about credit cards was, this is honestly what I knew from movies, from people around me. Credit cards was a card that you could use to buy all this stuff when you don't have the money. That's literally what I thought credit cards were, you know, and you can use credit cards like that. But the thing is, that was the way that it was pushed to me, and that's the way that I saw people around me using it. You know, like if they saw all these clothes and they're like, dang, I only got $500, they use a credit card. Just put it on a credit card, girl. I'll pay the monthlies. Pay $50 a month, $50 a month, $50 a month. And so that's how most people use their credit cards, right? They use them as loans. That's pretty much what a credit card is. It's like you're going to the bank and saying, hey, I only have $500. Can I borrow $10,000 to get this Mugler pen and this other thing over here, and I'll pay you back, but like monthly for like the next 2 years or something like that. Don't that sound like financing your car? That's because it is, girl. It's it's the same thing. You're borrowing money. So that's how most people use credit cards, and that's how I was raised. That's how the village around me taught me that how credit cards should be used. But as I started to grow up, and honestly, I started to make more money and be around people that had more money, I started to see how this was driven by capitalism. Because a lot of the people that I met that had money, they weren't using credit cards because they needed to use credit cards. Like, they don't need credit cards. Like, rich people don't need credit cards. And not even just rich people, just people with readily available money, right? Like, they don't need a credit card. If I have $10,000 and this costs $5,000, I don't need to borrow your $10,000. I have it. So then I started to ask, why do they use credit cards then? Like, then why do you have a credit card? Why is that the only thing you use? Why do rich people love credit cards then? And then as I just started to learn more and do research, because y'all know me, I'm a nerd, I'm a geek. And some of you may know this, it's because they get so much free stuff for that money that they spend. So on my financial literacy journey, right, there's 3 things that I learned about money and like the different relationships that you should have with it and the things that you should learn, right? You should know how to make money. You should know how to maintain money, and you should know how to grow money. So in high school, that's when I really learned how to make money, right? I was working at Ben & Jerry's, Six Flags. I got on YouTube years later, it came, right? So I was starting to make money, right? I learned how to make money and boom, 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 how to like monetize my talents and things like that being on YouTube. So boom, I learned that. And then once I started having money, I was like, oh, I can't spend all of it. I remember that every single check that I got, I would go shopping, and my aunt was like, you don't need to spend money just because it comes in. Like, you don't have to spend it just because it's here. Because in the mindset that I had was like, oh, I get the money, go shopping, and then go work some more and get some more. But no, that second thing teaches you, maintain it. You know, spend some, save the other, you know, and maintain your money. So that was the second thing. But once I mastered that and I mastered budgeting, I mastered saving, being conscious with my money and being smart with it, then it was time to grow. And with growing money, the goal is always to make more money. And with credit cards, that is a way that you can monetize your spending. And in other words, that's a way that I can make money even when I'm spending money. And so this is why I say that credit cards in general were rooted by capitalism, because they knew that people that don't have money readily available, they're going to use these credit cards as loans because they need the money. They don't have money, and we could just charge them every month that they don't pay it back. And then we won't allow them to get like nice houses and nice cars because their credit's messed up, right? It's a way to keep poorer people poor. And the way that it helped rich people was because they knew rich people didn't need these credit cards. Y'all won't need these credit cards. Y'all don't need loans. So how can we get them to get these credit cards? They put perks, they put points, they put gifts. And so this is why I never use my debit card, and I don't suggest it even for people that don't have crazy amount of money. You don't need to have crazy amount of money to do this method that I'm saying in this video or to use credit cards all the time. You just have to be responsible. That's all. You just gotta be a little responsible. Which brings me into the next part of this video, which is why and how I use credit cards. So the number one point that I put was make money while you spend. I just explained it, right? So if you're not familiar with how credit cards work, I'm not gonna keep this long for the people that know how credit cards work, right? So with credit cards, right, there's different kind of credit cards that you can Google. There's cashback credit cards with every time that you spend, you get a percentage of that back in cash. So if you spend $10,000 in a month, they give you 1% back. You get what? Oof, my math. Oof. What did I say? 10,000? That's 1,100. 100, right? 100 or 10. Look, it's been a long time. I'm a creative, okay? I'm a screenwriter, okay? I left chemistry back in college. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. So you get some money back. There's some that you get points for flights. So, you know, you can get a Delta credit card or a United Airlines credit card that you get points for flights so that every time you spend $1 anywhere, you go to Chipotle, spend $5, you get some points for that so that you can apply that to a flight and get money off of your flight, right? There's some like that. There's Nordstrom credit cards. You get points for Nordstrom. You get points for so many different kinds of credit cards where you're getting all of these things back for just spending money, right? So that's the first reason that I use credit cards for every single thing. It's because it's a way to monetize my spending, and even when my account is going down, I'm going up in another way, or it can still go up if you do cash back. So it's a way, I just explained it. I mean, I'm just so excited about it. I love making money even when I'm spending it. Wow, it's great. Another reason that I use credit cards is because I'm always trying to just keep my credit good, excellent, high, whatever, because look, capitalism is capitalism, okay? And I live in America. It's not going anywhere, right? So when I go to buy a car, they're gonna ask me for my credit. When I go to buy a home, they're gonna ask me my credit. Whenever I'm getting a phone service, Wi-Fi, they're gonna ask you for your credit. And a lot of times you get turned down if your credit is not good. So I just always try to be an active credit card user so that, because I don't have student loans, I don't have any loans. Well, no, I have the loan for my car. So before that, which I got 2 years ago, I didn't have any loans. So my only way to really build my credit was with credit cards. And so what I did with that, which is this will probably be a whole nother video about how to use your credit cards properly and why not to use them as loans. But I understand that if you are in a predicament, look, everybody has different levels of privilege. And if you don't have that much privilege where you could just use a credit card like this and you need that money, you're like, look, what am I do? I gotta use this credit card to pay my bills, so I have to go over, you know, and pay it monthly. I get it. Everybody's at a different place. The thing is, I'm sharing all of these things now because you may not be in a place to use this knowledge now, but you will be one day. And if that's where you want to be, it's about getting this knowledge now so that when you get there, you're prepared. So don't ever doubt yourself. You can be there. But anyways, that'll be a whole nother video about how to use your credit cards. But I use my credit cards in a smart way where I'm always just like, some of these cards I never use. One of these, I just use it once a month at like Starbucks, just so that, you know, they don't close the account or they don't take away the credit card because that's bad on your credit. There's a lot of different methods on how to use your credit card the right way and the proper way to build your credit. But that's just the second reason to why I use my credit card for everything, is so that I can keep my credit high and I'm just using it and just keeping my credit score good so that I never run into any problems when I'm going to get a house, a car, or anything like that. Okay, so I'm about to give you different examples of like credit cards and their perks and everything, but remember, this video is not sponsored by any of these credit cards, okay? This video is sponsored by Visible. I appreciate Visible. I love Visible. Check out Visible in the description, but I just want to give you guys a little more insight on these cards and how I use them and like why, just trying to give you context into why I use these credit cards so much and I trust using them over my debit card. There are so many things that come with credit cards, and I think I'm just biased. I have a favorite credit card. I am an American Express girl. I love American Express. Wow, because there's so much money you get back from just spending your money. Like you get so much back, and I want to give you guys an example of this because some people are not familiar with the perks and the benefits of credit cards. So I'm going to tell you the perks that I get with one of my credit cards, which is American Express. It's the Platinum card. It's my favorite card. So this is the American Express. Can you see it? I don't know if it's going to focus. But this is the American Express Platinum card. A lot of people are scared of this card, and the reason that they are is because American Express does not have limits. Okay, well, yeah, they don't have limits. I know some people have like, it's like a spending power thing. They don't have limits. I'm not about to get into the nitty gritty. I know for me, I can buy whatever, girl. I could go out and buy a $30,000 something. It would be okay. It would clear. So it would clear. But another thing about American Express is it used to be a charge card, and which means that whatever you spent in this month, you have to pay all of that by the statement bill. So it wasn't no pay $50 every month until you done paying. No, if you spent $5,700 this month, you will pay $5,700 next month. So that's why a lot of people didn't like this card, because there was no limit and you had to pay it all a month later. And I do say that I think American Express is the rich man's card, because like, why are you gonna like not give me a limit, but I gotta pay everything by the end of this month? But they have widened their audience and their customers and clients, because now you can pay overtime, and so you don't have to pay everything at the end. But when I got on, you had to pay everything. But I'm gonna give you the perks of this card only because it's my favorite card, and then I'm gonna use another card that doesn't have a crazy yearly fee and doesn't all of that. So this card, and this is where we get into the nitty gritty, right? So this card I think is like $550 a month, a year. Sorry. Y'all was like, oof. No, it's a year. You pay $550 a year, I think. I have to go check. It's been a while. And you think that's crazy, right? You know, you're thinking crazy like, oh my gosh, I don't want to pay $500 just to have a card to spend money on, right? No. You make all of that money back and more in returns and perks and benefits. And I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell you right now. So the entry offer, or the new member offer, whatever they call it, the bonus is if you spend a certain amount of money within like the first 3 months, they give you this. So this is a smart tactic that I always do. I'm an entrepreneur, so I always have to pay like taxes. I have to pay the government like throughout the year, and it's like all at once. Like I don't usually get a refund. Well, the employee me of mine, it gets confusing. I don't usually get a refund. I'm gonna keep it simple. I don't get a refund. I usually have to pay. And so I know that I will have to make a large purchase. Whenever you know you have to make a large purchase, maybe you got to pay your tuition, maybe you got to buy books, and you know you're going to be spending like $5,000, right? Perfect time to get a credit card, because like right now their entry offer is spend $6,000 and you get 100,000 points. To average girl, you know, you don't know what 100,000 points is. 100,000 points on American Express, it's like a 1% return, I think. So that's like $1,000. So you already made back that yearly fee, okay? And you have $500 extra, right? And you can use your points for anything. You can get an Amazon gift card, Apple, flights, hotel. You can use your points for pretty much anything. Like you can even convert it to cash. So like, well, that's the least. That like you get the best return when you use it for other things. But if you want to use it to pay off your like balance, like say you owe them $10,000 and you want to use your points to pay it off, they'll convert it to cash and pay off your statement like that. So that's the first thing. The other thing is their benefits, right? So just from getting this card, you get an Uber credit of $200 a year. So boom, that's already, you got $500 from the bonus, then you get $200 for Uber, that's $700 that you just made, boom. They also give you a $200 airline fee, right? They also pay for your global entry and your TSA pre-check. They give you $300 at Equinox a year, and they give you $100 at Saks, and it goes on. There's just so much money that they give you just for having the card, that the amount of money that you spend a year to have the card, like $500, you make that back in the return from just those things that they give you, like the credits from Uber and all of that, but also your spending. While you're spending, you're getting points for every single thing you buy. So you're making money off of the things you buy and these credits. So it's like the money that you spend to have the card, $500, you like, girl, that's okay. The next thing is offers, and I'm not sure if that's what it's called, or like rewards, or pretty much on these credit cards, if you go on the app, like on this one specifically, it'll say, oh, spend $20 or more at Saks and get 10% off. Like, and it's a list of all these different stores that you shop at, like Starbucks, McDonald's, buy one, get one free, just use your card. Like, it's just an incentive to get you to use your card, and you get so much free stuff back. And because you already got the card, it's just like, I just check it every day because they put new ones every day, and they're like, oh, spend $200 at H&M and you get 10% off. Ooh, there we go, add it to the card. But they don't add it. You have to go in there and check it every day and add it. It's a way that you have to be active within the card. And then I already explained it, but the last one is points. You just make money off of the money that you spend. And the thing is, with different cards, they have different points. There's some cards that like give you 5 times as many points with grocery shopping. So if you was to buy a coffee at Starbucks and you spent $10, you get 10 points. But at a grocery store, you spend $10, you would get $50 because it's 5 you would get 50 points, sorry, because it's 5 times the points for that. But every card has a different amount of points that they give for different things, and you make all this money back just from spending your money. And so that's just that one card, right? But the thing is, you don't have to get a card that's $500 a year. You don't have to get a card that is so expensive or that comes with all these perks and you have to spend so much money. You can get a very simple credit card that has no annual fee. You don't have to pay anything to get the credit card, and they still just give, even if they give you 1 point back for every purchase, that is a way to still make money while you're spending money. Do you want to make money or you want to get rid of your money? So for every $100, I give you $0. And the person over here, for every $100, I give you $3. Which one are you going to go with? So that's the answer to your question, why I use my credit card for every single thing and I never use my debit card. The things that I do use my debit card for are like my bill. So I use my debit card more of like to see certain transactions in one place. So I do all of my bills from my checking, and I mean like rent, utilities, and things like that, just to have like those things not in the mix of all this shopping and personal shopping. It's more of an organizational thing for me, and also because I just want to know, like, with my bills, I know how much my monthly bills are, and I know what my budget is, and so in my debit and my checking account, I keep a certain amount in there so I can see what's happening in terms of my big scale things like my rent and things like that. So that's how I use my debit card. And also I keep that one debit card in my wallet for when I go somewhere and they don't accept credit cards or they don't accept a specific card, because a lot of places don't accept like American Express because they have higher processing fees. It's a lot of different nitty-gritty stuff and small things, but that is really the answer to the question of why I never use my debit card and I use my credit card for every single thing, is because it's a way to make money while you're spending money. And in that third little tier of learning money and financial literacy, it's all about growing your money. And this was just a tactic that I learned that I wanted to share with you guys so that, you know, you can get this knowledge, because this was not knowledge that they try to teach you. There's a reason there was no credit class in high school. There's a reason why at a job they can't give you tax advice. There's a reason. Okay, capitalism. But that's why I love YouTube, and that's why I love that I can come and talk about it, because I want to make space where we can be honest about this and talk about finances and talk about different things that I'm learning, so that you know too, and you can go spread this knowledge with your little cousin, your little sister, your friend, anybody, so that more people can know about this. I'm sick of the gatekeeping, because the gatekeeping is what keeps poor people poor and rich people rich. And whatever you want to think about those two groups, is just, I think that everyone should be given the same opportunity. And in order for that to happen, they have to be given the same information, same education. And so that's why I'm always here, to just share what I learned or what I'm doing. So if you know more, and I mean, I didn't explain everything here, but if you know more, or if you know more insight, or you have some other tips, please leave it in the comments for people to learn, for people to know, for me to learn. I'm always open to learning. I'm always open to being a student. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Visible for sponsoring this video. Once again, please make sure that you go in the description and you click the link to learn more about them, because they have been a vital part in not only my YouTube journey, but also in my financial literacy and learning how to manage money better. So check out Visible. I thank you guys. Go stream my podcast, That Conversation, streaming everywhere. And yeah, let me know what you want to hear in the next video in this financial literacy series. And yeah, we'll get right to it. And maybe I can bring somebody in if I don't know. But yeah, okay, I'm done. I done said bye like 50 times. But yeah, deuces.